Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I've got a bit of a different video, but it is something that I'm really excited about because I personally really love this product. This is my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow collection. I don't own like an excessive amount of Super Shock Shadows. That's hard to say. I don't own an excessive amount of Super Shock Shadows, but I do own 18 of them, and there are a variety of finishes and colors in this roundup that I have. So I don't know, I just felt like kind of documenting and showing you guys all the swatches and how much I've used of each product and all that sort of stuff. So if you feel like seeing some swatches and my thoughts on my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow collection, then please just keep on watching. So the first color I want to talk to you guys about is Koosh. This is unfortunately a discontinued color, and honestly I don't know why they would do that. This is a beautiful, beautiful frosty, sort of cool, beigey sort of tone. I don't know how to describe it. It's unlike anything else that I personally own in my collection. And as you can see, there's a fair amount of pan. It gets so much use in my personal collection. And I have seen Colourpop bring it back as like those weekend deals before, but I really hope that they just bring it back permanently because this shade is stunning. The next color I have here is called Truth, and this is a light beige. It has a satin finish, and I personally really love it when I'm doing like a low or no makeup day. I just set the whole lid with this and you're good to go. The next shade I've got is called Hanky Panky, and this is quite similar to Truth, but it is a bit more taupey, I'd say, than beige. And it's a really good, just like easy defining shade on my personal skin tone. I've got another kind of boring color here, but this one is called As If. And again, I really love this color. As you can see, I've hit pan on it too. This is a really great, just like transition sort of shade in my personal opinion, but it's also a great all over the lid color. And I think I'd describe it as like a warm medium brown, but no, it's quite neutral, to be honest. I do really love this shade a lot. The next item in my collection is this very well loved Crimper. This is a gold base with glittery gold within it, and I adore this shade so much. Unfortunately, it's not available on its own at the moment, but it is available in the Peachy Keen set, and I would definitely recommend this one. It kind of transforms any eye look. If I have a very neutral look going on the lid, I can just put this on top and it transforms everything with that glittery gold, but it also is beautiful in the inner corner. I don't know if I'd recommend this for every day, but I have actually used it as a cheekbone highlight too, for like that really high shine glittery sort of look, which I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it can look really cool in photography. So I don't know, it really is one of my favorites. It's getting quite dry because I've had this for over a year and a half now, but it still seems to perform fairly well, and I definitely would recommend it if it ever does come back on its own. The shade here is called Get Lucky. This is another one of my favorites. I think actually most of these are favorites. You're gonna hear that a lot, but this is a antiqued gold sort of shade, and I just love it all over the lid on its own, but it can definitely be used over top of a black or like an olive green, and it looks fantastic like that. This color here is one of the most unique shades that I own in my whole collection, and good on Colourpop for coming up with this amazing shade. I think this was in combination with Kathleen Lights. This is Telepathy. And when I saw this shade, I just could not resist it. It is this bright gold with a green undertone, and it's just so fantastic and so unique, and it really has a special place in my heart. I never knew I would love a color like this, but once I saw it, I knew I needed to have it, and I'm so happy I have it in my collection, and I hope they never discontinue this. So we're taking a pretty major turn and going over to Colourpop Mittens. This is, again, just a really unique shade. I love this one just all over the lid on its own. It is this deep, rich, almost plum-based brown, and I highly recommend it. I think it's super cool to do an all over, like one single color look without feeling too over the top, and it blends out so well for being like a satin matte finish. I love this shade, and I think that they did something really interesting with the plum purple sort of undertone to it. This gorgeous shade is called Cricket. This is a really deep color with a glittery purple shift to it. It's really hard, honestly, to describe. It's really unique, but this is one of my favorite sorts of formulas from Colourpop, where they are these super metallic finishes and they have a ton of glitter in them with a lot of dimension. This is a beautiful color. This next shade is called So Quiche, and it is quite similar to Cricket, but it actually has more of a dusty, almost olive base to it, and then it has that purple shift like Cricket. It's a really dimensional, super cool shadow, and again, it's that just like high frost, super shiny finish that Colourpop does so well. This next shade is called Elixir, and this is a matte terracotta shade. This is a beautiful color to add warmth to the eye. I think it looks beautiful on green or blue eyes, honestly brown eyes too. It really would look good on any sort of eye color to really make them pop. I love this all over the lid on its own, but I also really love it just in the crease to bring warmth to an otherwise really neutral look. This next shade is called Melrose, and if you are familiar with my Project Pan series, then you might recognize this one. I've been working on this for my 17 and 2017, and I really love this color. I'm glad that I chose to put it into that project because it's really made me realize how much love I have for this beautiful shade. This is a rust sort of color. I don't know how else to describe it. It has like the same sort of terracotta tones as Elixir, but it just a bit more brown in it, and I think it really separates this color from an orange by giving it that brown base. This next shade just gives me so much happiness. Like, I love this color. Every time I look at it, every time I wear it, I just feel so happy. This is Lala, and it might be the name that gives me that happy feeling, but it also is that high shine copper finish that this gives. It has this very neutral and natural sort of look, but it has a lot of sheen and just a beautiful tone. I think it really brings out the green in my eyes, and I definitely recommend this to everyone. It's so stunning and so easy to wear too. This next shade is a beauty. This one is called Nillionaire, and I think this one's pretty popular. This is a brown base with pink and gold shine, so it's super dimensional. Again, it's that just very shiny, metallized sort of finish, and it really works with any eye color. And honestly, you can wear it all over the lid on its own, but you can also pair it with some matte neutral browns, and it just looks fabulous. This is a gorgeous color, and I highly recommend this one if you don't have it in your collection. So this next shade is called 90210. This is a very cool toned brown in my opinion with a lot of gold shine. This is a beautiful shade, but unfortunately it is discontinued. It came in the Forever Freshman set, and that's how I got it. I don't know if it was available in a single before that set, but I don't really tend to gravitate toward this shade. There's something a little bit lackluster about it, and to be honest, it's getting quite dry, even though a lot of the other colors that came in that set are not. So it's not my favorite, but it is an interesting shade to say the least. This next shade was a limited edition shade, and it is the most recent addition to my collection. This one is called Birthday Cake. It was the limited edition shade for Colourpop's 3rd birthday. It is a rose shade with a silver reflect, which sounds a lot like something I would not be into, but ever since I got this, I have worn it so many times. It's a beautiful, beautiful color with, again, a lot of shine, and I'm really happy that I got a chance to pick it up when I did. This gorgeous navy shade is called Baby Tea, and again, it was part of that Forever Freshman set, so it has been discontinued, but it is a beautiful, beautiful shade. I am actually wearing this one on my lid today in combination with a fair amount of other colors, but this is a beautiful color. It has a kind of pearlized, satiny sort of finish, and I love it. I don't reach for it near enough, but when I do, I always am super impressed by it. So the final shade in my collection is Leopard, and I don't know why it's called that whatsoever, but it is a matte purple shade. It is a beautiful color with a lot of punch and pop, and I adore it. So that is my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow collection. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and seeing all the products that I currently have in my collection. I definitely think that my collection could be a little bit more complete with some brighter shades, and if you have any suggestions of colors that I should pick up in the near future, then please let me know in the comments, because I can never have too much Colourpop in my life. That's just a fact. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, please let me know, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.